환영합니다. Welcome to K-Culture Dive, where we dive deeper into the heart of Korean culture with K-entertainment issues, AI culture news, K-culture in photos, and today our weekly K-Correspondent segment for a look at how Korean culture is doing overseas right now. And I'm your host, Kwon So-ah. Let's dive in. And joining me this Thursday is our co-host Bella Kim. Hello, Bella.
Hi, Soa. And hello to everyone joining us today on K-Culture Dive. I'm Bella, here to co-host and fill you guys in with some exciting K-entertainment news.
Exciting indeed. We are going to kick off with K-entertainment news, and it looks like we've got some K-pop artists performing in New York this summer.
That's correct. Stray Kids and Blackpink's Jennie will take the stage as headliners at one of the major U.S. music festivals, the Governor's Ball. The festival organizers revealed this year's lineup on their official social media channels on Wednesday. The Governor's Ball, alongside Coachella and Lollapalooza, is considered one of the most influential music festivals in the U.S. Now, big-name artists such as Eminem, Travis Scott, and Kendrick Lamar are among the festival's recent headliners. Stray Kids and Jennie's appearance at the festival confirms their position as the true global mainstream artist, and for Jennie, it's especially symbolic as it is rare for K-pop female solo artists to lead major festival stages overseas, like this one. You can also catch Cat's Eye, a joint girl group project between HYBE and an American partner, at the festival as well.
It's especially a historic moment for these K-pop acts, not only because they are part of this festival, but because they are actually the headliners. And Bella, when exactly and where are they going to perform?
This year's Governor's Ball will be held from June 5th to 7th local time at Flushing Meadows Corona Park in New York City. Stray Kids are set to headline on June 6th, while Jennie will take the main stage on the last day of the festival, June 7th, and Cat's Eye will perform on the opening day, which is June 5th. So if you're in New York in June, make sure to catch their performances.
I wish we could be there.
I know.
But Bella, we are going to talk about another global K-pop group, and they are topping the Billboard charts, but with a song that's not exactly new, right?
You are correct. Run BTS topped the Billboard World Digital Song Sales charts 4 years after its release. According to the latest chart released by Billboard, Run BTS, a B-side track from BTS's album Proof, released in June 2022, claimed the top spot on the World Digital Song Sales chart. The same song also ranked first on the iTunes top songs in 61 countries and regions, including Brazil, Finland, Mexico, and also Greece. This achievement is even more remarkable as it comes long after the song's initial release 4 years ago. And what stands out is the timing. This comes just ahead of BTS's anticipated comeback in March. Music analysts point to the power of BTS's global fandom armies, whose downloads and streaming efforts helped drive the song's renewed success. Run BTS is widely seen as a song that represents the group's signature energy, teamwork, and also identity. And with this latest #1 ranking, BTS adds yet another milestone to its record on the World Digital Song Sales chart.
So this is a proof that BTS is still running up the charts.
Oh, wow, great one. Yes, definitely.
But with their new album being released later this year, wow, what's going to happen on the charts with all of these new tracks? I think some 14 new tracks that we can look forward to. If still their old songs are making it in these charts, that is amazing.
The year of BTS.
Yes, we are, definitely. Now, we're going to stay with charts, but this time we're going to talk about a Korean series, right, on Netflix.
Yes, it is a Netflix series. Singer-actor Lee Jun-ho is driving global success with the Netflix series Cashero. The series achieved its first #1 in the global top 10 non-English shows in its second week of release. And since its premiere on December 26th of last year, Cashero has steadily climbed to the charts, quickly emerging as the global buzzworthy title. And what makes this achievement particularly notable is that the series surpassed the highly anticipated Culinary Class Wars Season 2 to claim the #1 spot. Cashier recorded 6.1 million views and entered the top 10 list in 51 countries.
So for those who might have not started the series yet, could you tell us a little bit about the plot, but don't reveal too much, please?
For sure, Soa. Cashier is a story about Sang-ung, a salary worker struggling to save for a housing deposit, who suddenly gains the ability to become stronger in proportion to the cash he is actually holding. And it is a hero story about balancing life expenses and also superpowers. At the center of the series is the lead actor Lee Jun-ho, whose ability to shift seamlessly between intense action sequences and also emotionally driven drama has definitely drawn positive reactions from the viewers. International audiences in particular have highlighted the impressive range of his acting spectrum, noting his growth as a lead actor.
Well, I should quickly be jumping on the bandwagon because I'm watching Culinary Class Wars right now.
Same here.
So let's see, because it's not easy to surpass Culinary Class Wars.
I know.
Well, thank you very much, Bella, for those updates, and stick around.
Will do.
And now let's go over to our AI anchor Arang for more on the culture front. Arang, over to you.
Thanks, Sua. I'll take it from here. Here's your AI guide to the latest cultural headlines from Korea. Let's begin with our top story. As Korea's presidential office returns to the Blue House in Seoul's Dongnogu district, access to Chegung, the nearby Joseon-era royal shrine, will be partially restricted starting next month. Previously open for free public visits, Chegung will switch to limited access on February 1st, with an online reservation system introduced to ensure security and visitor convenience. Under the new system, visitors will be able to tour Chegung 5 times a day, with each session lasting 40 minutes and accommodating up to 30 people. Chegung, a state-designated cultural heritage site, enshrines the memorial tablets of 7 royal concubines who were the biological mothers of Joseon kings. President Lee Jae-myung requested a pair of pandas be lent to a South Korean zoo during his summit with Chinese President Xi Jinping this week, and the zoo in question is now drawing attention. The spotlight has now turned to Uchi Park Zoo in the southern city of Gwangju, a state-designated zoo famous for its animal welfare and veterinary care. The zoo is also known for housing Homi and Songgang, the Pungsan dogs gifted to former President Moon Jae-in by North Korean leader Kim Jong-un following their historic summits. If the pandas are brought to Uchi Zoo, they are expected to become a symbolic bridge for Korea-China friendship and cultural exchange. Renowned Italian maestro Roberto Abbado has been appointed music director of the Korean National Symphony Orchestra. Born into a prestigious Milanese musical family, Abbado has earned international acclaim in both opera and symphonic music, having led the Munich Radio Symphony Orchestra, Spain's Queen Sofia Palace of Arts, and the Verdi Festival. At the press conference, he outlined 3 guiding principles for his 3-year tenure: the works of Romantic composers Mendelssohn and Schumann, the connection between Goethe and music, and the link between Shakespeare and music. He also expressed his ambition to make Seoul a capital of music comparable to Vienna. Abbado will lead his inaugural concert this Sunday at the Seoul Arts Center. That's all from me. Keep it tuned to K-Culture Dive.
Through a single photo at a time, we take a closer look at culture in Korea. This is K-Culture in Photos. What do you see first in this photo? In the background, there's Hallasan Mountain covered in snow. Then, what about the bright red flowers in the foreground? They are camellias. This is a scene you can only find in winter on Jeju-do Island. In early January, the peak of Hallasan is frozen under heavy snow, while the lower slopes and the southern coast tell a very different story. Camellias bloom quietly through the cold, their deep red petals standing out against the winter landscape. In Korean culture, camellias often symbolize devotion and a quiet strength that endures harsh seasons. That's why on Jeju, camellias are seen as a flower of winter resilience, blooming not despite the cold, but right in the middle of it. Snow above, flowers below. It's a reminder that even in the coldest season, something is still alive and still thriving. This photo shows volunteers delivering yeontan or coal briquettes to households in need to mark the new year. Local government officials, soldiers, and civic groups worked together, sharing warmth with vulnerable neighbors. But yeontan carries a deeper meaning in Korea. It was once the most common heating fuel during harsh winters, especially in difficult times when resources were scarce. For many Koreans, it became a symbol of the warmth that helped families endure hard years. One briquette weighs about 3.65 kilograms, roughly the weight of a newborn baby, and close to the average human body temperature of 36.5 degrees Celsius. That's why sharing yeontan is often described as sharing body heat. This symbolism appears in Korean literature as well. In a famous poem, An Do-hyun writes, "Do not kick away a piece of coal ash. Have you ever been a warm presence to someone even once?" Today, yeontan delivery campaigns continue every winter. They are more than just fuel. Yeontan represents solidarity among people who choose to offer warmth to others. Take a look at this photo. At a supermarket, rows of fish are neatly lined up. And among them is one that has been found on Korean dinner tables for generations. Affordable, familiar, and cooked in countless ways. Can you guess what it is? It's mackerel. For generations, it was a staple of everyday home meals. Nutritious, easy to cook, and once inexpensive, mackerel symbolized ordinary family dinners. But these days, mackerel is no longer cheap. Prices have risen sharply, earning in the nickname gold mackerel. One reason lies in how Koreans enjoy it. For grilled or braised dishes, imported mackerels, especially from Norway, has long been preferred. But climate change has reduced local catches, and sustainability concerns have tightened supply from overseas. So in Korea, rising mackerel prices feel like more than inflation. They signal a shift in everyday life, a reminder that even the most ordinary meals are becoming harder to afford. The final photo today is an image that once went viral online. It was shared widely, sometimes in an exaggerated way and often with a slightly negative tone. But it's important to note that 영포티 or young 40s is not about copying a certain look or fitting into a single image. It refers to people in their 40s who choose to live on their own terms without being confined by age expectations. In Korea, the term began with a positive meaning, though over time mixed reactions followed, as if wanting to look or feel young needed justification. Yet, in the fashion industry, young 40s are warmly welcomed. They are one of the most influential consumer groups with both purchasing power and a clear sense of personal style. In a country where age once increased automatically with the new year, this trend raises a question. Does age still define who we are or how we choose to live our lives? So now, from camellias blooming beneath snowy mountains to sharing warmth through briquettes, from rising mackerel prices to the evolving identity of the young 40s, these photos show how Korean life continues to change while holding on to what matters most.
In Japan, Korean culture is enjoying such widespread popularity that many are now calling it the fourth wave of Hallyu. The first wave was sparked by the popularity of the drama Winter Sonata, the second by K-pop idol groups, and the third wave saw global superstars like BTS and Blackpink expand Korean influence into fashion and food. So, what defines the fourth wave? Let's find out by connecting with Tamayo Muto, a journalist in Tokyo. Hello, Tamayo.
Hello, Tamayo.
Hello.
So, Tamayo,
Hello. It's my pleasure to be here.
we're very happy to have
Hi.
you. All right, so Tamayo, so from what you're seeing on the ground, what sets this wave of Hallyu apart from the previous ones? How would you define the fourth Hallyu wave?
Yeah, sure. So I would say the biggest difference from the past waves is its continuity. The fourth wave is no longer a temporary boom, but has been consistent and embedded as part of everyday life of Japanese. So during the COVID-19 pandemic, K-dramas such as Crush Running on You and Itaewon Class and film Parasite became big hits in Japan. Korean fashion, cosmetics, and food also became very popular. K-pop groups are widely recognized and followed not only by fans, but also by general audiences. The amount of exports of Korean content to Japan has been generally on the upward trend for over a decade, with an average annual growth rate of 8.4% over the 13 years up to 2023, according to Korea Creative Content Agency.
Tamayo, just like you just mentioned, and also a number of English language media outlets I also saw mentioned that Korean culture has become part of everyday life in Japan. So is that true? What are some examples that back this up?
Yeah, I would say it's very true. You can see the examples everywhere, from music and language to food. So if you walk into a cafe or apparel shop in Tokyo, you will often hear K-pop playing naturally in the background, just like J-pop or Western pop music that's been traditionally played there. And also, Korean food culture has also become a part of daily life in Japan, as I said. A significant example, McDonald's in Shibuya was replaced recently by Korean burger shop Mom's Touch. And yeah, my friend also was telling me that she was really shocked about that.
I see. And which age groups in particular are enjoying Korean culture these days in Japan? And because I heard this wave is set to cut across age and gender more than ever before.
Yeah, just like you said, one of the main features of the fourth Korean wave is that it's been happening across the wide range of age groups. During the first wave, the main audience was middle-aged older women, mostly fans of K-dramas such as Winter Sonata. And the second wave was driven by popular idol groups such as Girls' Generation and Kara, and especially it happened among young people. And also the third wave was mostly among young people. However, in the current fourth wave, younger generation, so-called Gen Z, have been engaged with K-pop idols, but also wider generation are watching K-drama and also enjoying cosmetics or food, as I said. So it's been happening for almost everyone.
All right, I think that is very interesting because nowadays, recently, we see many young people who start to fall in love with the Korean wave, but in Japan, it was actually the other way around. We had more people in their 30s and 40s falling in love with the K-dramas, and then we have the even younger generations and teenagers getting into K-pop and other aspects of the Korean culture. Also, let's talk about K-pop concerts and K-pop events in Japan. They are said to be selling out almost instantly. So tell us a little bit about the atmosphere at these events. And do you think that fan enthusiasm maybe has changed compared to earlier years?
Yes, K-pop fandoms in Japan or fan communities have become increasingly passionate in recent years, I would say. Especially idol audition programs and fan voting system have significantly deepened fans' level of commitment. And this enthusiasm is clearly seen in concert or fan meeting events. Groups like IZ*ONE and JO1 are good examples of how the voting system by fans contributed to their growth and popularity. Japanese fans expect a very high level of Korean idols' performance, but also at the same time, they don't consume K-pop simply as entertainment, but they actively support the artists' growth and long-term careers.
Definitely. And alongside K-pop, I'm sure Korean food and beauty products are also very hot in Japan. So what can you tell us about the increase in Japanese consumers actively seeking out these Korean products?
Yeah, so as for the Korean beauty product, many skincare or cosmetics brands have entered the Japanese market and they're really popular. You can find Korean products in just a drugstore or, of course, like supermarkets and beauty product stores. And also here, Korean idols and online influencers play a major role in making them popular. For example, cosmetics brands like Bonjoyo, produced by a makeup artist who does makeup for K-pop group Twice, now sold at Japanese drugstores, and they're really popular. That said, Japanese consumers today are not simply buying products because influencers are using it, but they actually see the values in them. They evaluate the products very carefully, and they see it really innovative and also effective in their daily use.
Tamayo, do you have a personal favorite when it comes to Korean cosmetics? Not the brand necessarily, but what kind of products do you use?
Yeah, for me, face mask is my favorite. Yeah, just last night I used one of them.
Okay. All right, now let's go back to Korean dramas and films, because although we did mention Winter Sonata or 겨울 연가, which was hot back in the years, but Korean dramas and films are still making it big in Japan. So which productions have been recently gaining popularity? I know you mentioned Itaewon Class and Parasite. Anything else maybe, or what's been huge lately?
Yeah, sure. Of course, there are globally popular titles such as Parasite, Crash, Running on You, Squid Game, thanks to movie streaming platforms. But I would say one important recent trend in Japan is the increase in Korea and Japan co-produced dramas. A good example is a romance drama, Marry My Husband, in which the main character who is betrayed by her husband seeks revenge in her second life. The Korean version was broadcast in 2024, and it was followed by a Japanese adaptation in last year, and both versions became major hits. And also, a remake version of Korean dramas into Japanese versions, such as Familiar Wife and Boys, have also gained strong popularity. Also, I would say Korean reality shows have gained attention in Japan. Programs like Singles Inferno are popular among young viewers, showing a growing interest in more realistic stories with a little bit of drama among the participants.
Right, those are also some of our favorite ones.
Very happy to hear the K-content's receiving a lot of love in Japan. And now I want to talk about something different, a little bit different. Recently, more Japanese universities have expanded Korean language programs, and also interest in studying in Korea is reportedly growing as well. Some analysts point out to author Han Kang's Nobel Prize as kind of a catalyst for rising interest in Korean literature. So are you seeing or witnessing these trends?
Yeah, absolutely. More and more people are interested in Korean language and actually start learning it. So in 2023, the number of people who took Korean language proficiency test in Japan surpassed the number for Chinese language, even though Chinese was traditionally attracted many learners for business purposes. In particular, many women in their 20s and 30s who enjoy K-pop and Korean dramas now want to understand lyrics and dialogue without relying on Japanese translations. Interest in studying abroad in Korea has also grown significantly. In last year, the number of Japanese students studying Korea reached more than 8,000, an increase almost 80% since the previous year, and more than double the figure from the 10 years ago. Also, at the same time, as you mentioned, interest in Korean literature is very huge, especially after Han Kang became the first Asian woman to win the Nobel Prize in Literature. Today, Japanese bookstores have dedicated K-book sections hold special fairs and display works by Han Kang and other Korean authors. Korean literature is especially popular among female readers, I would say, because especially the categories like feminist literature and essays collections are popular in Japan.
Happy to hear that. Now, just briefly, Tamayo, do you think this fourth wave of Hallyu will move beyond a temporary trend? Do you think we're going to have some long-term impact on Japanese society and culture?
Yes, I do believe the fourth wave of Hallyu is already beyond the temporary boom and also will further develop in the future. Because it's not driven by a single hit drama or superstar. It's rather supported by a whole culture, including music, drama, food, beauty, language, and also education. I think this wave has an important meaning as soft power as well, especially in the time of difficulty and political or international situation. And so regardless of the situation, people continue to enjoy Korean music, watch K-dramas, and engage with Korean culture in their daily lives. I believe this creates a quiet but powerful bridge between the two countries, Japan and Korea.
All right. Thank you very much, Tamayo, for connecting with us today. And we hope for many more exchanges of culture between Japan and Korea. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you, Bella. As always, we're going to see you back here next week.
Yes, I'll see you back next week.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thanks for watching and your interest in everything K-culture. Please tune in again tomorrow, 2 p.m. Korea time. Keep diving.